Hi, my name is Stefanescu, and today I'm going to be teaching you about the Internet of Things. What is the Internet of Things? According to the dictionary, it is the interconnection via the Internet of computing devices embedded in everyday objects, enabling them to send and receive data. Let's take a closer look. This picture gives a visual representation of what the Internet of Things is. It demonstrates how everything is connected through the Internet. Everything is becoming automated and regulated through the Internet. A notable object that has recently been popularized and used and added to the Internet of Things is the smartwatch. In the past, watches were objects with one-dimensional use. Now, watches have Internet capabilities and can be connected to any of your other devices. Here are some examples of objects that have been added to the Internet of Things: microwaves, washing and drying machines, refrigerators, watches, cars, toilets, drones, and more. IoT is all about mobility, automation, and endless thirst for data. What does an IoT-enabled future look like? IoT capabilities will be embedded in everything from aircraft engines to toothbrushes. Enterprise IT security must adjust to an expanding universe of devices with no user profiles to draw upon. Consumer and industrial IoT technologies will drive early IoT value, but it will rapidly expand to every industry sector, causing substantial business transformation. As I just mentioned, IoT is important for businesses, and I'm going to tell you why. Here's a list of business people who should be interested in IoT. CEOs should be interested in IoT because the IoT has the potential to increase efficiency, improve customer service, and contribute to the bottom line. CFO should be interested in IoT because it is a two-headed beast. It is likely to reduce costs in the supply chain, but also requires a significant investment to get it right. CIO should be interested in the IoT because the flood of data is about to get considerably larger, and the need to collect, analyze, and act on that data will mushroom. Emerging big data technologies will figure prominently. CISO should be interested in IoT because having to account for such a large and largely uncontrolled universe of devices necessitates taking a hard look at network security strategies. Business line managers should be interested in IoT because the vast numbers of sensors on IoT devices will mean better info on the operational status of equipment and quicker fixes when problems arise. Employees should be interested in IoT because the IoT stands to greatly increase productivity by making actionable data more readily available and could enable remote responses to operational issues. Here are 6 benefits of IoT. Number 1 is tracking behavior for real-time marketing. Number 2, enhanced situational awareness. Number 3, sensor-driven decision analytics. Number 4, process optimization. Number 5, optimized resource consumption. And number 6, instantaneous control and response in complex autonomous systems. Here are the 8 driving factors of IoT. Number 1 is ubiquitous networks. Personal Wi-Fi on your mobile phone and on any other device. Everyone and everything wants and needs to be connected. Number 2 is connected computing. We all want all of our devices, phones, televisions, music players, vehicles, etc. to keep track of what we are doing, viewing, reading, and listening to as we move through our day from place to place. The handoffs from device to device are already happening. Number 3, ubiquitous sensors on everything. It is already here, the Internet of Everything in the wearables revolution. Number 4, intelligence at the periphery of the network. Jim Gray, the visionary database guru from Microsoft, envisioned smart sensors acting as a mini database with embedded machine learning algorithms. Here is how he said it 10 years ago. Intelligence is moving to the periphery of the network. Each disk and each sensor will be a competent database machine. Analytics as a service. The API and app economies are already vast and growing. This enables anything to do something interesting as long as we connect to an API or invoke an app that performs a network-based service. The thing is the data generator and/or collector that also learns from, makes predictions, and maybe even takes data-driven actions in response to the data that are collected. Marketing automation. Mobile customer engagement, geolocation, Apple's iBeacon, etc. are all creating a network of knowledge about the customer's locations, intentions, preferences, and buying patterns. Of course, this degree of location-based knowledge needs to strike the right balance between user privacy and the timely delivery of useful products and services to that user. Supply chain analytics. Delivering just-in-time products at the point of need. Essentially, everything is a customer, including machines, automobiles, manufacturing plants, ATM machines, and more. And the IoT is monitoring, watching, and waiting for a product need to arise. And lastly, the aging workforce is a driving factor of IoT. There's a huge hiring gap in manufacturing, which is pushing toward more automation, robotics, M2M or machine-to-machine, machine log mining, 3D printing, predictive and prescriptive analytics in the machines that are doing that work for us. There will be 20.8 billion devices connected to the internet, generating over 20 zettabytes of data by 2020. This will put a tremendous amount of pressure on the underlying network infrastructure, not to mention the fact that every one of those devices represents an entry point for potential security threats. Here are 6 factors of IoT safety. Number 1 is connectivity. A large number of devices will need to be connected constantly, no matter where they are, often in harsh or hazardous conditions that require ruggedized equipment with PoE or even PoE plus support. They can connect via many different technologies: Wi-Fi, Ethernet, Bluetooth, Zigbee, and RFID, to name a few. Number 2 is onboarding devices. This has to be simple, so individuals with multiple lines of businesses are able to install and connect devices without requiring IT intervention. It is important that IT defines device profiles so automated device recognition, classification, and assignment to virtual containers can happen. Number 3 is network service level agreement. This must be clearly defined and enforced to ensure optimal operations. Many devices in the IoT system are delivering mission-critical information that requires a certain level of QoS. Proper bandwidth reservations on high-performance infrastructure are critical to ensure service reliability. Number 4 is simple management. This can only be achieved by using a single physical network shared by all IoT systems and users, with a single management system for complete visibility and control. Number 5 is security. There are numerous security-related risks inherent in IoT, but with a layered security approach, you can mitigate the risks by starting at the device level. Using policy-based rules and network profiles, devices can be properly authenticated and authorized with the right level of access. Then by using data packet inspection, network traffic can be constantly monitored and instant response can be taken to traffic abnormalities. Number 6 is containment. Lastly, IoT devices pose risks to assets across the entire network. By establishing containers via virtual network segmentation, IoT devices and applications that control them are isolated, thereby reducing threats without the cost or complexity of several networks. Here are some of the top 5 IoT safety fails. Number 1 is in October of 2016, hackers took control of a large number of IoT devices, overloading the internet servers and shutting down half of the internet. Big name websites like PayPal, Spotify, and Verizon were down for hours. This example shows the vulnerability IoT inherently has to internet failure. Number 2 is surveillance hacking. Officials confirmed that 70% of Washington, D.C.'s surveillance cameras were hacked 2 days before Donald Trump's inauguration. The hackers used ransomware that demanded officials pay a certain amount to regain control of the cameras. Officials were able to recover the cameras without paying the ransom, but the attack raises the issue of surveillance vulnerability to attackers. Number 3 is smart TV spies. When you talk to your devices with artificial intelligence capabilities, your words are sent to the internet for analysis and proper response. This is all fine and wonderful if the device properly encrypts your words. In 2015, Samsung developed a smart TV with voice command capabilities. They failed to encrypt it properly, which means anyone with basic internet know-how could be listening to you as you speak in front of your TV. Number 4 is Chrysler crashing connected cars. Chrysler developed a Uconnect car with the internet capabilities that allowed the user to start the engine remotely and allows for self-driving capabilities. There was a hole in the system that allowed for control of the car remotely by outside parties. Outside parties could literally kill the engine in the middle of the highway. You can see why this was a problem. Number 5 is espionage toy. My friend Kayla was an interactive doll created with Bluetooth, microphone, and internet capabilities. The perfect combination for a hacker. Hackers could hack into your child's doll and speak to your child through remote access. The doll was even banned by the German government because it was considered to be an espionage device. Although there are certain flaws with IoT, IoT is still the future. Soon, everything will be connected together by the internet, allowing for easy access, computing, and data transfer. Are you ready for the IoT future? Thank you for watching.